Senator's floor.
Mr. President, I really, really want to vote yes to this bill, but I can't, and there's a few reasons why, and I never thought I would say this, but I actually agreed with many of the things that the senator from Eastern Fairfax said. I agree with a lot of the things he said, actually. But I also heard the things that the senator from Rockingham said, and the senator from Franklin, and the senator from King George all said as well. And I have to align with them, and the Senator Donovan as well. I'm an advocate for life at all stages, and from conception to natural death. I think it's hypocritical to be any other way. And the senator from Franklin said that yesterday in a very eloquent speech. But I can imagine, the wonder of conception. But I have been there as a hospice nurse for the natural death of many, many people. And there's definitely good ways to die. And I've seen those, and I've held those patients' hands. And it's amazing to be in the room when God works that way. So I absolutely support, life at all stages. And like the senator from Franklin said, life means life. And for me, that's what it means at all times. So I don't like the death penalty. I never have. I've never been supportive of it. I would love to vote for this bill. But I've heard the stories that a lot of our very eloquent lawyers have told us. They're challenging to listen to. I sat in on subcommittee when we had other family members speak who were victims. The woman whose ex-husband let her out in the yard, shot her in the stomach 3 times in front of her 2 children. She was my age. She had the same color hair as I did. I can only imagine what that woman went through. And listening to her talk about the PTSD for her children who were small, their suicide attempts. It's really, really gut-wrenching. So those are the people that I respect, their life as well, the life of the victims. So again, just to be consistent with life from conception to natural death, I support it. But I'm also supportive and care about the life of those victims. I believe that life in prison is a worse punishment than the death penalty. So the substitute that was offered yesterday from the senator from Franklin, I would have voted for that. I think that's a place that maybe we could have found some more. I wish we could have found some more agreement in. I think that's what the senator from Senator Donovan said about the polls she mentioned. I think that's where many, many Americans are at. I've heard it stated on this floor when we talk about criminal justice reform, where is the empathy? That was a quote. One of my defense mechanisms just being in this room is writing quotes down that you all say. And that was a quote. I remember I heard, where is the empathy? Well, the empathy for me, and I asked that about the victims. Where is the empathy from the victims, for the victims? We've heard so many changes in our criminal justice system, and I'm not a lawyer, so I learn a lot and I listen to you all day in and day out, but almost not a day goes by where we don't change a portion of how we are judging people that don't follow our laws and that do heinous crimes, many of which we have discussed in this room.